Hi, this is Raj from Sportscars. Here I've got an absolutely amazing Porsche Boxster S. It's a 987 Gen 2. It was produced in July 2010. So these cars came out in 2009 with the facelift rear lights. As you can see, those lovely LEDs there. They also came with a revised rear bumper with the twin diffusers there underneath, which you can see in black. And they also came with revised front lights with the daylight running lights in LED there, which you can see, as well as the updated PCM, the PCM3, which has touchscreen hard drive navigation. So it has UK and Europe mapping on, which is an option. So this car has that lovely option. As you can see, it's finished in lovely Meteor grey metallic, which is a very timeless and stunning color, I think, for any Porsche. But it really suits this lovely Boxster. Just look at those curves. So the sun's out and you can see it's almost like glittering in lovely silvers and golds, as well as the grey. So when the sun's out, it really does pop. But at the same time, even when it's cloudy, it still looks great as well. It's actually very forgiving for dirt and things. You don't have to, like black, keep it clean all the time because it just doesn't really look grubby. As you can see, it's in phenomenal condition. It's really getting hard to find these cars in this kind of aesthetic condition, as well as having all the mechanical upkeep that I will go through on this car, and also relatively low mileage as well. This is a 6-speed manual. It's the S model, so it's got the 3.4 litre flat 6, which is a direct fuel injection engine. Doesn't suffer bore scoring, doesn't suffer IMS bearing failures or RMS oil seal leaks. It's a very reliable power unit. We haven't had any engine issues with any of these cars that we've sold in the past. They are just, yeah, absolutely sublime to own, to drive, and even, yeah, just to look at. Look how fantastic it looks. It is mid-engined, rear-wheel drive, perfectly balanced. As soon as you get behind the wheel, you go down the road, you feel everything. It's a last era with hydraulic steering as well, so you have the perfect amount of feedback through the steering wheel. The pedals are perfectly aligned, and it's a very comfortable place to be, with the roof up or the roof down. And this has got some lovely options as well that sort of enhance that experience. So as I said, it's Meteor grey metallic. As you can see, the paintwork's in absolutely stunning condition. No chips, scuffs, dents, marks or anything like that on it. The wheels are the Boxster S II 18-inch wheels, and they're finished in metallic black, which is a really nice subtle colour to sort of enhance the shape of them. They've also got we've just fitted 4 new tyres on this. So they're Michelin Pilot Sport PS2, and they're all N4 rated. These have literally just been fitted the other week, so they are good to go. Discs and pads, brake discs and pads are all in great condition as well. They were recently replaced by the last owner. And as you can see, with it being in the S model, it's got the larger brake setup. So it has the Guards red calipers with the Porsche inscription and the larger drilled and vented brakes there. Everything is in absolutely fantastic mechanical condition. The S models also had the silver side vents, and it has the silver rollover bar there. The hood is in fantastic condition. I will show you that up. We've just repaired the elastics in it, so it opens and closes exactly as it should. Refreshed them, so it's all good to go. It hasn't been replaced since new, so we've just given that a refresh ourselves. It's got the clear wind deflector, which makes it very easy to see through that rear view mirror in the middle on the windscreen. And as you can see, here's the rear wheel as well. Also, pads, discs are also in great condition, and as I said, all 4 tyres have been replaced with those ideal tyres. So the N4 Porsche Michelin Pilot Sports, they're the only size or the only Porsche rated tyre that you can get in this size, this 18-inch for both front and back. So it's great that we've got them, all 4 on them, as fresh tyres. And there you can see, I mean, the treads, I don't really need to show you the treads because they are brand new. As I said, these are the facelift rear lights, so they're the LEDs. So have the LED stripes along the top there. And we've just freshly waxed this car machine polished it as well, so it really highlights how beautiful the condition of the paintwork is, and it's all protected now as well. It's got the optional switchable sports exhaust. All the S's have twin exhaust tailpipes at the back with stainless steel pipes, but this one's got the ones with the ridges in, so that's the sports tailpipe option, and also separately it's got the option for the switchable sports exhaust, and the switch is on the dashboard there as well. It's got rear parking sensors as well, so that just helps you maneuver the car. Although it is such a great car in terms of visibility, you don't really need to rely on the parking sensors in that way either. On the inside, it's actually got a really nice option. So this is the reason, one of the reasons why I sourced this car, and that is it's got the very rare and coveted extended leather package. So Boxsters and Caymans in the UK, they either came with half leather or full leather seats, and the dashes were just a plastic finish, and the same with the doors. This one was spec'd to the same high level as a 911 of the era, which came with it as a standard in the UK, which is leather dash, leather doors, and obviously the seats also in leather as well. So you've got this lovely leather finish to them. They don't feel cheap and nasty because it is all flocked in leather with contrast stitching in silver there as well. So you can see all of this is leather. So normally this is plastic in Caymans and Boxsters, and it does let down the feel of quality on the inside when you see that compared to this or a 911, because you've got the lovely stitched instrument binnacle as well as the double stitching there across the middle of the dash. Continues down into the sides of the PCM unit, so that's the updated 987 Gen 2 PCM unit. And there we go, there's the 6-speed manual gearbox, which a lot of people love having on their weekend cars, their fun cars, rather than the PDK in this era. And then it's got the optional hardback sports seats. So these have the grey hardbacks there, so you can see they've got bigger bolsters, top and bottom as well. They've got height adjustment, and they've got two-way electric. They were also spec'd as an option with the embossed headrests and also the seat heating as well. So I think that's a must for a Boxster in the UK to have seat heating. I don't know if that's your preference as well, but I kind of am dissuaded from buying Boxsters that have no seat heating. Caymans I think I can live with. 911s as well that aren't a convertible I can live with as well, but when they're a convertible in the UK, I think ideally you need, let me just start it up. So it's got that beautiful sound. So the flat 6 is 310 horsepower, 266 foot-pound of torque, and it will do 60 in around 4.8, 4.9 with the manual gearbox. It's got the full PCM system, so you've got the full touchscreen Satnav, so you can actually touch on the screen as well. Obviously it's got FM radio, CD player as well, and it's also got the optional Bluetooth. So my phone is automatically paired to it, so you can make phone calls. You can actually answer them on this multifunction steering wheel. So this was spec'd from the factory as well, so you can answer calls, hang up calls, even do other things on the PCM as well with that steering wheel. This car's covered a very low 42,224 miles, which is remarkable considering it's a 2010, so it's coming up to basically 15 years old. So it's a very, very low mileage car, but it has been used throughout. It hasn't been dry stored or anything. It's been serviced throughout and everything else. It hasn't just been sat around not building up mileage in a regular fashion. It also has the switchable sports exhaust, as I mentioned, so that will change the tone. So let me just do that, so you maybe hear that. So let me turn it off and rev it just quickly. So that's with it off, which it still sounds very tuneful, but when you turn that on, gives it a deeper tone, sounds much more aggressive. Great sounding exhaust in my opinion. We've just had this car major service as well, so if you click on where you can check the service interval, service in 720 days, 18,700 miles, and that was a major service with a huge array of things. We brought everything up to date, so the next owner, all they need to do in 2 years time is a minor service. So that was oil, air, pollen filters, obviously the oil change. We also did the brake fluid change, the spark plugs. We also did the drive belt and the drive belt tensioner, because that was starting to seize, which is quite common on cars of this age, that the tensioner that holds tension in the drive belt starts to sort of stop being maneuverable. So that's all been switched out, all that mechanism. And we've also replaced the clutch, because this clutch started slipping on my drive back from the customer's home when I bought it. So we've got a brand new clutch in there fitted at the same time, as well as those 4 tires. So everything is bang up to date. It's got the optional climate control, so basically you can just set a temperature and it will determine the fan speed, or you can ride it, do your own thing. You can even point it in different areas, or you can just leave it in auto. It's a really good system, rather than just having fan speed, temperature with just little bar charts. This actually gives you an actual temperature, so you know exactly what you're doing. Oh, it's also got BOSE, so it's got the full BOSE sound system, which I think in this car is 385 watts, 11 speakers, including a subwoofer in this area here. So you've got a subwoofer there behind you, so it does sound really great when you turn up the volume on your music. But for me, the thing you want to listen to actually is that lovely engine. I'll just do the spoiler so you can see that goes up and down as it should. So that's it, fully engaged. And I'll put it back down again. And then I'll show you the hood working. So it's got a full electric hood, which you can obviously use stationary, but it will also work when you are on the move up to around 30 miles an hour. You can put it up or down, so you don't have to stop. If it suddenly starts raining, you can just literally just slow down to under 30 and put it up while still on the move, which is really, really fantastic, I think. So let me just put that up. And it's double skinned, and actually this one is in fantastic condition. It looks like it's hardly been used at all. It's got the glass heated rear screen, which they come with as standard. So there it is, in beautiful condition. We've treated it with the Auto Glim shampoo, and then the waterproofer as well. But as you can see, there's no sort of scuffing, there's no rips or tears in any of the seams here. It's almost as if it's a brand new hood, but I know it isn't. It's just the condition of it is just fantastic. It definitely has aged very well for a 15-year-old car. I would actually say that this car's probably been stored indoors when not in use. Same for the lights. The lights aren't crazed or cracked, which they often are. They start from around here and then it works down the headlights. This one has got as new headlights, so they're in great condition as well. Right, if I open the... It's also a super practical car, so it's a 2-seater sports car, but it has got a front and rear boot. So I'll show you the rear one first. So the engine is actually in that section there underneath the hood. Coolant and oil top up are there. You check the oil actually through the dashboard, and it will tell you if the coolant's low on the dashboard as well. But there's the rear boot. Lots of space in there. You can actually get a set of golf clubs in there. And I've got another video demonstrating that on a 987 Gen 2 Boxster like this. And then the front boot also in great condition. Nice and clean, hasn't been used to store loads of stuff that have damaged the carpets. And then all the tools are present. So tyre compressor, locking wheel bolt, towing eye. It's also got the full set of tools, so that's a reversible screwdriver, spanner, and headlight adjustment height tool. The tyre gel as well, and then the warning triangle there. This car also, again, this is something that really attracted me to this car when I was offered it by the owner, was it's got a Porsche battery, which very few have now of this age. They've normally been switched out with a Bosch or anything, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with a Bosch or Weiser or something Exide battery, but this one just screams at me. This whole car screams originality, and it even has a Porsche battery. It's not old, it's not like it's the original. It's actually stamped week 15 2022, so it was replaced in sort of, I would say, mid to end 2022, so it's a very new battery. We've obviously had it on a trickle charger and everything, and it is in absolutely great health as well. So it's just nice to see touches like that. And then when I show you the history as well, you'll see it's been very, very well looked after. So there we go, absolutely fantastic condition. Even the badge is in great condition there, as you can see. Not faded, not worn. Same with all these vents here, and the air conditioning condensers just here as well. All of this is in great condition, as you can see. And I think it just sounds absolutely epic as well. So there's the rear view. Let me show you the file that we put together. So we put this together for every car. If you've seen one of the adverts, you'll know. So it's a July 2010 car. There's the full spec. You can see this on our website. On the advert, you'll see it as a PDF you can download. There's a full set of options. I think I've covered everything. All the S models have silver instrument dials rather than black, and this is no different. Obviously it has the climate control, but also air conditioning, wind deflector. Yeah, I've covered everything on that page, I think. Oh, it has a universal audio interface, so it means you can actually do Bluetooth audio streaming as well as Bluetooth phone calls with an extra dongle, and we can include one of those if you wish it to be included with the car. There's a full spec. As I said, the BOSE is 385 watt, 11 speakers. It really does make a difference to the sound in these cars when they have BOSE, but as I said, with the Boxster, with the roof down, you don't really need a fantastic stereo, but it has one anyway. We've done a full over rev and diagnostics check. So the troublesome areas you want to look at is 4, 5 or 6, which is basically a mist shift. Range 1 and 2 are absolutely fine. That's at, just below or at the red line. So it's only approached the red line 1,000 ignitions, which equates to around 3 seconds its whole life. Range 2 only 8 ignitions, which is just above the red line. So that's normally you hit the red line but you're going downhill, and that's 0.02 seconds of its life. Last time at 21,000 miles. We've done a full engine hours check to make sure it's not clocked, because you do the mileage divided by what the ECU counts in, which is hours, and you get an implied average speed, and that's well within where you would expect it to be, around 27 miles an hour. 30 is sort of what you'd see. And then we've interrogated the ECU as well, so you've got the full VIN number, engine number, options. We also check that the colour matches, all the carpets are as they left the factory, and all the other options we actually get from the ECU, from the car itself. So everything you see here is produced from the car, and that means that we can check whether it's been altered at all in terms of like the spec of it. And yeah, this car is all good in that sense. It's a July 2010, as I said, supplied by Porsche Mid Sussex, and then it was serviced 2012, and then April 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Then it had the coolant pipes done to and from the engine, August 2019. 2021 major service. 2021 they did the steering rack. 2023 minor service. We've just had 15th of January new tyres all round, and then we've had that major service done 31st of January, just literally, yeah, the other day, 3 days ago. Major service inspection, oil, pollen, air, brake fluid, drive belt, new clutch, and new spark plugs as well. It also comes with this interesting number plate, which was actually from new. I think it said max 100 FM. If you're in London, then you used to have KISS 100. I think it's to do with that, but it was registered Mid Sussex, so possibly not. But it's a nice looking number plate, but it's been with the car since it was new. So there you have it, and we've got all the invoices there as well within that folder. Obviously HPI checks, full MOT history as well, and yeah, so it's in beautiful condition, as you can see. It's got all the right paperwork in terms of maintenance as well, and it's got the lovely options like the switchable sports exhaust, 6-speed manual gearbox, the 18-inch wheels, which these ride really, really well with the 18-inch wheels. They absorb more of the bumps, but you've still got lots of feel. It doesn't feel wallowy, it feels absolutely sublime on the roads as a result. So this car is obviously ready for a new owner. I think it's got 4 previous owners on the V5, so not ridiculously high. Even though that you might get ones with much higher number of owners, that's not necessarily a bad thing either. Just make sure they've obviously been maintained as they should have been throughout. But I think, yeah, Meteor Grey looks stunning, even with the hood up, especially with one in that good condition. It's a great car to own and drive. If you are interested in this lovely 987 Gen 2 Boxster manual 3.4 litre flat 6, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.